my channel. For today's video, we are going to be talking about college do's and don'ts. I have 3 different subtopics I'm going to be talking about today: academic, social, and personal. All do's and don'ts for what you need to do when you're in college. So without further ado, let's hop right into this video. Now, I said we was going to hop right into the video, but before we get into the video, I need to talk about some news. Okay, first of all, I finally got an iPhone, so all of my footage is going to be filmed on my iPhone 13, and I'm very excited for how this footage is going to come out because I was looking for some better quality because the last quality was not as good and it was not up to par like how I wanted it to. So thank God for this new freaking iPhone that I'm very excited for. So that's that. And secondly, I know it's been a while. I recently just uploaded a video of my day in the life at a farm on my campus. So if you haven't watched that video, please be sure to go watch it and like, comment, and follow me on all my social media pages: TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. The video is on all 3 platforms, so make sure that you check it out. And so now let's for real hop into this video. Okay, so the first academic do that I have is to go to class. Class is vital. You're going to miss very important information if you don't go to class. Teachers are not going to stop teaching, so you need to take your butt to class every single day. No matter if you wake up late, if you wake up late, still go to class. Like, go to class. Very vital. That goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway because people don't know it. So make sure you're going to class and getting all your schoolwork done. The next academic duty I have is to make sure that you communicate with your professors, any absences that you're going to have. So if you're participating in sports, make sure that you give them your schedule ahead of time so they can excuse you from any type of work or give you the work ahead of time so you can do it. Also, for excuse absences, like there are certain things that you can get excused for, like if you're participating in a function for the school, like with me, any marching band performance that I'm doing for the school, I get excused from class for. Like they get your organization leader, they get to write you a pass and that excuses you from class. But if you're sick, you have to have a doctor's note, which is dumb. Like they don't excuse you for like period cramps and stuff like that. So yeah, just make sure that you communicate with your professors because you're gonna need them later. That leads me into my next point, my next academic due, which is to be kind to your professors. You're going to need them for scholarships, which is recommendation letters and all types of things. So make sure that you're being kind to your professors. Go to class, get to know your professors so they can help you later in the future. The next academic due that I have is to make sure that you're going to your advisor often. Make sure that you know your course curriculum, your course audit, so that you know exactly what class you need to take, because they will put you in classes that you don't need. So just make sure you're going to your academic advisor often, making sure you know what classes to take. They can help you, advise you on what classes to take and stuff like that. So just make sure that you're going to your academic advisor as often as you need to. We do it every semester. We do it every semester. So when we're registering for the next semester, we go to our academic advisor. But if you need to go more than that, you can just schedule change to withdraw from a class, to add or drop a course. Then just make sure that you're going to them and keeping up with them so that you can stay on course for graduation. The next academic duty I have is to make sure that you're coming to class prepared. Your teachers are not going to stop teaching, like I said earlier. They're not going to stop giving you pencils, paper, whatever. You need to make sure that you're coming to class prepared every single day so that you have everything you need to be successful in that class. The next academic duty that I have is to make sure that you time manage. Make sure you get a planner so you can block out what stuff you need to do at what specific time. Getting a planner has helped me a lot in the past couple school years. I can plan out my YouTube videos. I can plan out what time I need to go to class, what organizations I have to be a part of that day, for that week, for that month. Like, it really helps you to see your schedule every day, every week, every month, and it keeps you on track. So I would definitely recommend time managing and getting yourself a planner. The last academic duty that I have is to make sure that you check and rate my professor, or asking upperclassmen about the professors that you're going to have for the future semester. Rate my professor is definitely helpful to let you know like how students did in that class and how they operated with that teacher, because a lot of these teachers, they are a bit difficult. They can be a pain in the butt. So I would recommend talking to upperclassmen. If you know any upperclassmen, then I would recommend talking to them about what professors to take and what not to take, because they will definitely give you good advice and be real with you, because I know I would. So just make sure you're checking with my professor to know what professor you can take, and or talking to upperclassmen to see how good the professor is. Okay, so now we're getting into academic don'ts. The first academic don't that I have is to make sure that you don't overwhelm yourself with too many classes. If you're an incoming freshman, I would highly recommend taking 12 to 15 credits. I would not recommend taking 18 credits your first semester. I did okay. I had a 3.61 last semester. So if you're academically disciplined and you know that you can stay on track with your classes, then by all means go ahead and take 18 credits. But with getting to know your college, getting to know yourself in this new space, in this new area, in this new environment, in a completely different completely different world, honestly. Like, you're creating your own schedule. You gotta do this, you gotta do that. You're independent, you're by yourself, you don't have nobody to help you. I would just recommend 12 to 15 credits just to fill things out. And then the next semester, of course, double up, take 18 credits by all means. If you know yourself, you can know that you can handle it. But if you know you can't handle it, don't overwhelm yourself to try and just finish school as fast as you can. Like, don't do that. Just know yourself, know your limits, and just take as many classes as you need to, or take as many classes as you know you can handle. The next academic dump that I have is to try not to come up with dumb excuses. Your teachers are not going to buy it. Like, they're not going to excuse you if you come up with a dumb excuse as to why you can't make it to class or why you missed this test. Like, make sure that you're on top of your stuff and you don't miss class. So you don't even have to come up with no excuse. Just make sure you're going to class on time, getting your work done, doing your tests when you're supposed to, all the quizzes you're supposed to take, go to the math lab when you're supposed to. Like, just make sure you're getting everything done that you don't have to make up any dumb excuse for as to why you miss class. And if you're gonna make up a dumb excuse, make up a smart excuse. Be smart about it. Use your brain. You're in college. Use your brain. Come up with a good excuse. Like, we've been in school for how many years now? Like, don't try to make no dumb excuses as to why you can't go to class, because they're not gonna buy it, and they're just going to give you an F. So, yeah, just don't come up with dumb excuses. The next academic dump that I have is to try not to oversleep. Like, oversleeping is going to kill everybody. Like, I've overslept so many different times, it's not even funny. Like, if you oversleep, still try to make it to class. Like, go ahead, rush your class and try to get there as on time as you can. And if you can't make it to that class, okay, go to the next one. But try not to oversleep, because it'll bite you in the butt. Like, you'll miss vital information. You don't know what's going on in class. Like, if you miss one thing, teachers do not stop teaching. I'm trying to tell you, they keep going. So if you miss one thing, you're going to be behind, and then you got to play catch up, and it's just a whole lot of extraness. So try not to oversleep. Make sure you're getting a good amount of sleep, at least 8 to 10 hours of sleep every night. I know that's hard, especially when you're a college student, you want to go to parties, but just try to do your best to stay on a good sleep schedule so you make sure that you can wake up on time in the morning. The next academic dump that I have is to don't overwhelm yourself with work. Like, make sure you're taking breaks, taking time to yourself. Like, maybe study for about an hour and then take a half-hour break, or study for 30 minutes and take a 10-minute break. You know, stuff like that, just to break it up so you're not continuously focused on one thing at one time. You don't got to sit there and force yourself to do work. Like, just make sure that you're breaking it up and taking time to yourself and taking breaks so that you're not overwhelming yourself. Okay, so now we're moving on to social do's and don'ts. Okay, the first social do that I have is to make sure that you're being active and getting involved in anything that you can on campus. It'll definitely keep you busy, and it'll definitely be a lot of fun, so make sure that you're getting involved. There's something there for everybody. You just have to find out what it is. And into my next do, even if there isn't something for you on campus, make something. Like, don't be afraid to start your own intramural sports, start your own podcast, start your own little group. It'll be fun, I promise you, and you'll enjoy the experience. So just make sure that you make sure to just get involved. Okay, my next social do is to make sure that you're aware of your limits. Again, you don't want to involve yourself in too much, and then you're cramming for tests, and then you're getting stressed out because a whole bunch of schoolwork is piling on top of each other, especially if you're taking 18 credits. Like, make sure that you're not involved in too much, so much that you can't focus on your schoolwork and do the activities at the same time. So pace yourself, get to know the campus a little bit, and get your own pace going for school, and then try to, like, involve yourself in sports or different organizations on campus, but just don't overwhelm yourself with too much. Know your limits. The next social duty that I have is to be conscious of the friends that you make. You want to have a like-minded friend group. You want to be surrounded by people who want to get their schoolwork done, want to make good grades, want to graduate. Like, there are going to be people on campus who just want to drink, smoke, have fun, and party all the time. You don't want to be surrounded by those people all the time. Of course, you want to have time to do all that stuff and have fun and go to parties, but you gotta be surrounded by like-minded people who can study, who will help you with your schoolwork, who will catch you up on the notes if you're behind. Like, you gotta have people who are like-minded in your circle so that you can succeed and so they can help you succeed. My last social do is to be yourself. People are gonna love you for you. If they don't, then oh well, move on, find some new friends. But people are going, you be yourself. Don't try to put on a facade of somebody else, somebody that you're not, because it will eventually come out. So just make sure that you're being yourself and surround your people who love you and love you for you and love your goofiness, your weirdness, all that. So just be yourself, and people will gravitate towards you. The first social don't that I have is to not get involved in drama. Drama will definitely be there. It will easily escalate. You can get into a fight. You could just start an argument. Like, you want to avoid all of that. You don't want to be a part of that. I'm trying to tell you. Focus on your schoolwork. Drama does not matter. We're grown. We're adults. We're adulting. We do not need to be in no type of drama. Like, what's the point? Like, what do you gain? So just stay from the drama. It can easily escalate. There are harsh consequences that you do not want to be involved in, including expulsion, suspension, academic probation, removal of scholarships, all that type of stuff. So you gotta make sure that you're staying on top of your schoolwork. Do not get involved in that drama. Please, it's not worth it. My next social don't that I have is don't get too caught up in the parties. Like, the parties are always gonna be there. Every now and then, make sure that you go to a party and leave your room. But do not be going to a party every single night, every single weekend. Like, make sure you take time to yourself. Make sure you take time to study. Like, you don't want to get too caught up in the parties. Because the party life will be there. Like I said, it'll always be there. So just don't get too caught up in the party life. My next social don't is don't get too caught up in relationships. Relationships will come, y'all. The boys will come, the girls will come. Like, they will happen, but don't get too focused on them. Make sure you're staying on track for school. Make sure that you are in a relationship, that you're keeping yourself accountable for your schoolwork and holding them accountable to do their schoolwork. Like, it's okay if y'all, like, hold a study session together. Y'all help each other study, help take notes, or, like, help explain something to each other that y'all don't understand. That's cool. But don't rush into a relationship with somebody that you don't know. Like, you just got into campus like 2 weeks ago. Don't be in a relationship. Like, come on, y'all, be smart. But yeah, just don't rush into no relationship. Because in the end, rush relationships they don't really last that long. So don't rush into a relationship. Don't focus too much on a relationship. Make sure you're getting your schoolwork done. School comes first. But make sure you're getting your schoolwork done. And just, yeah. Don't rush into a relationship. Don't get into a relationship this early in your college career. At least I would recommend. Well, I mean, do what you want, but just don't focus too much on relationships. Social don't leave your friends at no party. Okay? Like, make sure there's a buddy system. Make sure y'all have a designated driver if y'all drove off campus. Like, make sure that there's communication between your friend group so that nobody gets left behind or nobody gets lost. Make sure that you're protecting your friends, because it does get crazy out here. Like, on my campus is pretty safe, in my opinion, but not every campus is like that. So just make sure that nobody gets left behind. Make sure you're accountable for one another, and just be responsible. So, okay, so now we're getting into the personal do's and don'ts. So the first personal do that I have is to make sure that you're taking time to yourself. School becomes a lot. School, the organizations, the scholarships, everything becomes a lot. So just make sure you're taking time to yourself. Take a breather, do a spa day, do your nails, wash your hair, do a face mask. Like, just take time to yourself. Just relax, rest, watch a movie, watch a TV show, binge a TV show, eat some ice cream. Like, just take time to yourself so that you're not overwhelming yourself with too much. Because it does get very stressful. It does. It really, really does. So just make sure that you are that you're taking care of yourself. Another personal do, make sure you're watching your diet. Drink lots of water, eat healthy as much as you can. I know it's hard on campus because there are not a whole lot of food options. At least on my campus, there's not that many food options. So just try to make sure that you eat a salad every now and then. Eat some fruit, eat some vegetables. Drink lots and lots of water. Especially if you're going to be drinking a lot, drink some water because alcohol dehydrates you. So just make sure that you're drinking a lot of water, staying hydrated, and just take care of yourself. And there's also this thing called the freshman 15, where most people gain like 15 pounds, 10 to 15 pounds their freshman year of college, and you don't want that to be you. So make sure that you're exercising, drinking water like you're supposed to, and watching your diet so that you can just stay healthy. Another personal do, make sure that you're taking time to clean your room. Cleaning your room makes you feel a lot better. You have a clean personal space. Your brain feels less cluttered because you're in a clean space. So just make sure you're taking time to clean your room and being in a good space, a good environment. It helps with your well-being, I promise. The first personal don't that I have is don't let school stress you out. Take as many breaks as you need to. Isolate yourself in your room for a good minute just to get yourself together. Cry if you need to, but don't let school stress you out. Find ways to relieve your stress so that way you're not overwhelming yourself, like I said previously. So just make sure that you're taking breaks from school, taking breaks from people, taking breaks from all the outside world, and just focusing on yourself for a good little minute until you can get yourself together. Okay, the last personal note that I have is don't beat yourself up. Relax, breathe, and move on. Like, if you make a mistake, okay, we're adulting. We're figuring things out on our own. You're gonna make mistakes, and it's gonna happen. So just don't beat yourself up. Don't be too hard on yourself. Relax. You're gonna be fine. You're doing great, and I'm very proud of you, and I love you. And just remember that. Okay. Okay, so that's all that I have for you guys today. I really hope you enjoyed today's video. And if you did, please make sure to give it a big thumbs up. Hit the post notification bell so you're notified every time I post a video. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.